So in the next 5 minutes, guys, I want to share with you a couple of the key kind of mistakes people make when they get injured, and some of the things that they kind of focus their attention too much on, and they essentially kind of try to over leverage. Number one, spot fixing. Guys, the notion that if you have a problem in your foot, in your calf, in your knee, in your back, whatever it is, in your hip, that just by working on that one area, that localized area, is going to solve the problem. It's not. Most of the time, guys, it's a systemic issue. That pain that you're experiencing is a symptom of a bigger problem. There is more of a systemic issue going on. You're fundamentally weak or lacking conditioning, or you're overloading key areas and you're compensating in other areas. So you've got to be stepping back and going, right, why am I in pain here? Why is my body experiencing stress in this place? But then stepping back and go look at the bigger picture. To be following a program or series of exercises that are kind of dialing in on one area, that you're getting treated in that one area, far too one-dimensional, far too blinkered approach, and you will constantly find yourself coming back and having this reoccurring theme. You've got to be attacking it with this more comprehensive view. Number two, expecting one or two key exercises to solve the issue long term. We are all drawn towards these 3 exercises that prevent that and 5 exercises that will solve this. This is all just kind of highlight reel stuff. You've got to understand is that there's no key one exercise that's going to solve certain problems. We manipulate, as your coaches, we manipulate strength and conditioning as a method to place resistance, load, intensity into your body to develop more strength, more stability, more conditioning into your muscle groups, into your joint structures. That is absolutely imperative. But how we go about that, it's an individualized approach. It's a series of exercises that are going to be progressive in nature over the weeks, over the months, and we have to build more tolerance, more resilience into your body. So there's never going to be one exercise that kind of solves your issues long term. Equipment. People love equipment, like no matter what, whether it's trainers, new bikes, whatever. We can go down the rabbit hole with this, but there is no piece of equipment that's ever going to solve your problems long term. We see these ergonomic aids where you can improve your posture and strengthen your lower back and strengthen your core, whatever it is. These are all just shiny objects. Like, these are things that are very short term kind of effects. We've got to be working on your physiology. Like, there are biomechanical issues that you're not addressing. That is going to come from you putting work, investing more money and time and effort into your body, and not so much into the equipment. Equipment's always going to be there, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it's understanding that that's not going to give you the results you want or get you past the injury and prevent injury in the future. Thinking that one proactive session a week is going to be enough. So if you've got a great program, but you're doing it once a week, the timeline of recovery is going to be so much slower with that mindset. A great rehab program, a great approach is going to be comprehensive across the week. It's going to be multiple sessions a week, but in terms of how it fits in with your lifestyle, it's going to be broken down into appropriate chunks. It's going to be dialed in on quality areas of, with quality exercises, with probably establishing new behaviors, new routines. But these things need to be broken up. And so understanding that this comprehensive view where you are changing your lifestyle behaviors to a certain degree, your pre-run, post-ride, pre-swim behaviors, you're doing a few key exercises, a few drills, you're stepping up from the desk at work and you're actually doing a few drills potentially away from the desk, you're working on your squat mechanics elsewhere. But these are the things that help improve the overall picture over time, but again, get you past injury quickly and prevent injury in the long term, guys. Number 4, relying on treatments, surgeries to get you past your problem. Whether it's back, knee, hip, foot, ankle, whatever it is, there are times when surgical intervention is required because of trauma, because of compounding issues. Yes, that has to be, as a conversation that has to be taken in consideration. But even then, when those things have to happen, knee replacements, hip replacements, whatever, we've still got work to do. That there is still a significant amount of muscle atrophy, muscle wastage as would have occurred. You've lost conditioning, you've lost stability, you've lost confidence. You've got to be proactive in your behaviors in terms of developing more strength conditioning in those key areas to get yourself back to where you want to be. And then number 5 will be complete rest. Listening to professional advice when they say to you generically that, maybe you should just take 6 weeks off, 12 weeks off, and you should be able to get back into recovery, back into training. What has happened in that time away? Like, sometimes we need to back off and just let things heal, totally, but understanding that your training program can then continue around that said area. Sometimes, yeah, we have to step back and do nothing. But a lot of the time, there's a lot of stuff you can still be doing, but it's understanding what that looks like. And a lot of the time, the advice you're given is based upon someone who doesn't understand that landscape. They've done something for you. They've a surgeon, whatever that is. They've done the work they need to do with you, but they don't understand the steps beyond that. And so, the safest thing for them to give you advice they could give you is don't do anything. Just let you recover. But there's a lack of conditioning, that muscle wastage that would have gone on. You've lost that conditioning, that depth of strength. You've got to regain that to then have that authority to get back into, or give yourself the confidence to get back into that training routine that you long for. So understanding that these are the key things, guys, that you want to be considering, and you've got to be taking action. That's the end result of all of this, is taking action on where you place your focus, and not just relying on hope and that these kind of things are going to get you by. Understanding that you've got to manage your mindset around this stuff too, so that you don't have to just hope things work for you. So I hope that was useful.